There are tech billionaires, and then there's Elon Musk, the South African immigrant who refused to accept the impossible. Elon Musk is one of the very few billionaires in history who built multiple billion-dollar companies from scratch, across industries that experts said were impossible to disrupt. The story of how he did it was so extraordinary that Harvard Business School, Stanford, and MIT have all published case studies analyzing his unconventional approach to business. Stay with us as we walk you through the story of how a bullied kid from South Africa went from sleeping on his office floor during the 2008 financial crisis to becoming the world's richest person, with a net worth of approximately $500 billion as of October 2025, making him the first person in history to achieve such wealth. Born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa, Elon Reeve Musk came from a well-off family during the apartheid era. His father, Errol Musk, was an electromechanical engineer with part ownership in an emerald mine, while his mother, May Musk, worked as a model and dietitian. The family of five, including Elon's younger brother, Kimball, and sister Tosca, provided young Elon with opportunities, but his childhood was still far from easy. While other children played outside, Elon buried himself in books, reportedly reading the entire Encyclopedia Britannica as a young child. According to his brother Kimball, Elon would read for up to 10 hours a day, consuming science fiction novels by Isaac Asimov and Douglas Adams that became blueprints for what he believed humanity could achieve. At age 10, Elon got his first computer, a Commodore VIC-20, and he taught himself programming. Within 3 days, he completed a 6-month course. By age 12, he had created his first commercial software, a space game named Blastar, which he sold to a computer magazine for approximately $500. School was brutal, and at Bryanstone High School, Elon was mercilessly bullied. On one occasion, a group of boys threw him down the stairs and beat him so badly he was hospitalized for 2 weeks. According to his father, Elon couldn't even recognize his own face in the mirror afterward. He transferred to Pretoria Boys High School to complete his education, but the trauma pushed him deeper into dreams of escaping Earth completely. By age 17, Elon decided that he wanted to make real impact, and he couldn't do it from South Africa. In 1989, he left for Canada with about $2,000 in his pocket and using his mother's Canadian citizenship to obtain a passport. For a year, he did odd jobs, shoveling grain bins, chopping logs, cleaning boiler rooms for $18 an hour. He enrolled at Queen's University in Ontario in 1990, where he met his first wife, Justine Wilson. In 1992, Elon transferred to the University of Pennsylvania on scholarship, pursuing a dual degree, physics from the College of Arts and Sciences and economics from Wharton. He completed his studies in 1995, with degrees officially awarded in 1997. To pay rent, Elon and his roommate turned their house into a weekend nightclub and charged $5 per entry. After graduating, Elon was accepted into Stanford's PhD program in energy physics but dropped out just after 2 days in 1995. The internet was exploding, and at age 24, Elon was ready to bet everything on it. In 1995, Elon and his brother Kimball founded Zip2, a software company providing business directories and maps for newspapers. His father Errol provided $28,000 in initial funding. The early days were brutal. Elon slept in his office and showered at the YMCA, working around the clock. By February 1999, Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million. Elon, who owned 7% of the company, received $22 million. He was 27 years old at the time, and he bought a $1 million McLaren F1 supercar, then invested the rest into his next venture. In March 1999, Elon founded X.com, an online bank, investing $12 million of his own money. X.com merged with Confinity, which had created PayPal in March 2000, with Elon as CEO. However, in September 2000, while Elon was on his honeymoon with Justine Wilson, the board orchestrated a coup and replaced him as CEO with Peter Thiel. Despite being ousted, Elon remained the largest shareholder, with 11.72% of the company. When eBay acquired PayPal in October 2002 for $1.5 billion, Elon received approximately $175.8 million. He was 31 years old and became a U.S. citizen that same year. Most people would have retired. Elon had a different question consuming him. What problems will most affect humanity's future? In 2001 and 2002, Elon traveled to Russia 3 times attempting to buy refurbished ICBMs to send experimental greenhouses to Mars. The Russians quoted him $8 million per rocket. On the flight home, Elon calculated that rocket materials cost only about 2% of typical prices. The problem wasn't the materials, it was inefficiency. In May 2002, Elon founded SpaceX with $100 million of his PayPal fortune. His goal was to reduce space transportation costs to enable Mars colonization. Industry experts thought that he was insane. SpaceX's first 3 Falcon 1 launches failed spectacularly in March 2006, March 2007, and August 2008. Each failure burned tens of millions. By late 2008, SpaceX was nearly bankrupt and down to his last launch attempt. While SpaceX burned money, Elon made another impossible bet. In February 2004, he invested $6.35 million into Tesla Motors, founded in July 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, becoming chairman and largest shareholder. A 2009 legal settlement allows Elon to use the title co-founder, though he joined a year after founding. By 2007, Tesla was in a crisis. The Roadster was over budget and behind schedule, burning $4 million monthly. In October 2008, Elon became CEO during the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. At this point, Elon had faced catastrophe on multiple fronts. SpaceX had just failed its 3rd launch. Tesla was months from bankruptcy. His marriage to Justine was just falling apart. They had lost their first son, Nevada, to SIDS in 2002, then had 5 more sons through IVF, twins in 2004, triplets in 2006, but they divorced in 2008. By December 2008, Elon was effectively broke, with about $30 to $40 million left. So he had to choose to either save SpaceX or Tesla. He split the money, $20 million to each, and lived on borrowed funds. On December 23, 2008, Tesla closed a $40 million investment round hours before bankruptcy. On September 28, 2008, SpaceX's 4th Falcon 1 launch successfully reached orbit, the first privately funded liquid fuel rocket to do so. And days later, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Both companies survived, barely. Elon later called 2008 the worst year of my life, working over 100 hours weekly, sleeping on factory floors, but he did not quit.
2008 was brutal. 2008, we had the 3rd consecutive failure of the Falcon 1 rocket for SpaceX.
In June 2010, Tesla went public at $17 per share, raising $226 million. The first American car company IPO since Ford in 1956. In 2012, Elon became a billionaire with $2 billion net worth. That same year, SpaceX's Dragon became the first commercial spacecraft to dock with the ISS, and Tesla began delivering the acclaimed Model S sedan. In December 2015, SpaceX achieved a breakthrough, landing a Falcon 9 rocket vertically after delivering satellites to orbit, making reusable rockets economically viable. In 2016, Elon founded Neuralink, a brain-computer interface, and made the Boring Company operational underground tunnels. Tesla acquired Solar City for $2.6 billion. In 2017, Tesla launched the Model 3 at $35,000, making EVs accessible to average consumers. Production became manufacturing, with Elon sleeping on factory floors working 120 hours per week. By mid-2018, Tesla achieved 5,000 models. Tesla achieved 5,000 Model 3s weekly, finally reaching profit. In February 2018, SpaceX launched Falcon Heavy with Elon's red Tesla Roadster and Starman mannequin into space, an iconic moment watched by millions worldwide. In May 2020, SpaceX launched NASA astronauts to the ISS on Crew Dragon, the first private company to send humans to orbit. That same month, Elon and musician Grimes welcomed their first child, X. By December 2020, Tesla joined the S&P, and Elon's net worth surged from $27 billion, which was in January, to approximately $170 to $185 billion by the year end. In January 2021, Elon surpassed Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person with $185 billion. By November 2021, he became the first person to exceed $300 billion, briefly reaching $340 billion, the richest in modern history. In 2021, unbeknownst to the public, Elon welcomed 3 children, twins Strider and Azure, with Neuralink executive Siobhan Zilis, and daughter Exa Dark Sidereal with Grimes via surrogate. In 2023, he welcomed a 3rd child with Zilis, Technomechanicus, combined with 6 children with Justine Wilson, including Nevada, who died in infancy. Elon has 12 known children. In April 2022, Elon acquired Twitter for $44 billion, taking it private. He immediately fired 80% of staff, and in July 2023 rebranded it to X, envisioning an everything app. The acquisition was disastrous, and by 2024, X's valuation dropped to 12 to 15 billion. In July 2023, Elon founded XAI to develop truth-seeking artificial intelligence systems. Throughout 2024, Tesla expanded globally, while SpaceX achieved major milestones. Starlink surpassed 3 million subscribers with over 5,400 satellites, providing internet to 60+ countries. SpaceX's valuation reached $180 billion, with Elon owning 42%. In July 2024, Elon endorsed Donald Trump's presidential campaign, donating over $200 million. After Trump's 2024 November's victory, Elon was appointed co-head of the Department of Government Efficiency, but departed by May 2025 amid controversy. Following Trump's election, Tesla stock surged on regularity expectations. In January 2025, Elon became the first person to reach a $500 billion net worth. As of October 2025, Forbes estimated his wealth at approximately $500 billion, the richest person in recorded history. Financial analysts predict Elon could become the world's first trillionaire within 5 to 10 years based on convergent factors. Tesla's trajectory. Currently valued at $1.2 to $1.5 trillion, analysts projects that Tesla could reach $3.5 trillion by 2035 as EVs dominate the full self-driving enables robotaxis. Elon's 13% ownership would equal $390 to $650 billion from Tesla alone. SpaceX and Starlink, valued over $200 billion in 2025. Morgan Stanley projects SpaceX could reach $500 billion to $1 trillion by 2030, driven primarily by Starlink's projected 30 to 50 billion annual revenue. Elon's 42% ownership translates to $200 to $400 billion. And the other ventures like XAI, Neuralink, and the Boring Company could add tens of billions more if they achieve their ambitious goals. However, Elon has repeatedly stated that wealth isn't his goal. His wealth exists primarily as company equity, and he's sold most physical possessions. His focus remains on making humanity multi-planetary, accelerating sustainable energy, and assuring AI benefits humanity. In one interview, Elon stated, "I would like to die thinking that humanity has a bright future. If we can solve sustainable energy and be well on our way to becoming multi-planetary with a self-sustaining city on Mars, then I'll die happy." Throughout his rise, Elon has maintained a philosophy of first principle thinking, breaking problems down to fundamental truths rather than reasoning by analogy. He advocated working extremely hard, stating, "Nobody ever changed the world in just 40 hours a week." However, this intensity came at personal cost. He's been married 3 times, twice to actress Tallulah Riley, had tumultuous relationships, and faced estrangement from his transgender daughter Vivian, who legally changed her name in 2022 to get away from him. Elon has faced significant controversies. The 2018 SEC settlement for tweeting funding secured, labor practice allegations and discrimination lawsuits at Tesla, the disastrous Twitter accusation, COVID-19 lockdown defiance, political polarization following his rightward shift to Trump endorsement, and criticism for his relatively modest philanthropy, despite his extraordinary wealth. Despite controversies, Elon's impact is undeniable. He forced the automotive industry to pivot EVs. SpaceX reduced launch costs by 90%, making reusable rockets standard. Starlink provides internet to remote areas. Neuralink advances brain-computer interfaces. Tesla Energy drives battery storage adoption. At 54 years old, Elon fundamentally reshaped multiple industries and inspired millions to tackle impossible problems. His legacy isn't just wealth. It's proving that ambitious long-term thinking focused on first principles can succeed when others said that it couldn't. Looking ahead, potential milestones includes Mars landings in 2026, Tesla achieving full autonomy, Starlink achieving complete global coverage, and Neuralink medical breakthroughs. Whether he becomes a trillionaire is almost besides the point. He's already demonstrated how massive wealth directed toward ambitious goals can accelerate progress. And today, Elon Musk is a living testament to what relentless ambition, the willingness to risk everything, and refusal to accept impossible for an answer can achieve. From a bullied kid to the world's first half-trillion-dollar individual, his journey manifests both the promise and cost of pursuing world-changing goals. He is not without significant flaws, and his management style, public statements, treatment of critics, and political evolution have rightly caused controversy. But he has changed industries that, until his involvement, had not meaningfully evolved in decades, making electric cars desirable, reusable rockets routine, and expanding what humanity believes is possible. Whether you think he's a visionary genius or a controversial billionaire, one thing is certain: Elon Musk has changed the landscape of multiple industries and inspired millions to dream big. And at 54, with Mars colonization, artificial intelligence, and full vehicle autonomy yet to go, he is not done yet. But the real story of how a South African kid became the richest person in history is about refusing to accept limits, betting everything on the future, and believing that humanity's greatest achievement lies ahead. Now I'm done.